Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, hit that subscribe button. We're now over 90,000 subscribers, and if you've been waiting to subscribe, now is the time. You're not going to want to miss all the interviews and filthy pitches that we'll be bringing you all season, so hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Nick Pivetta, who had his slider and his pretty curveball working. I also love it when he pitches with emotion. Check out this K-yell. Just electric. He had 8 Ks in 6 shutout innings. Tristan McKenzie has one of the prettier curveballs in the game. He had 6 Ks and these 2 beautiful curveballs. One of baseball's most underrated pitchers, Pablo Lopez, had these sick UFO changeups. Look at this one almost end up behind a hitter. He had 5 Ks in 8 innings and his ERA is now a big fat 1. Framber Valdez had these wicked curveballs on his way to 7 Ks in 6 innings. Kyle Freeland had these nasty breaking balls, and looks like he's starting to put it back together. Clayton Kershaw didn't have a lot of strikeouts, but he did throw 7 shutout innings, and had a nasty slider. Like the legend he is, he just finds ways to get it done. His ERA is 1.8, and his whip is 0.7 right now. Sonny Gray returned from the IL, and look at these two-seamers. These things are filthy. It's about 15 inches of run, and I really love his front door two-seamer. Makes you feel like you're going to get hit in the hip, and ends up on the plate. One of the top young pitchers in the game, Dylan Cease, had 8 Ks in 5 innings, with his typical ace stuff, which included wicked sliders, hammer curveballs, and overpowering fastballs that touched 98 miles an hour. He also had this mosey up to the saloon K-strut, or at least I think that's what it is. I'm not actually sure what he was doing. But it's Dylan's world, and he can do what he wants. A reminder, I have an interview with Dylan Cease that will be dropping soon. These days, Kevin Gausman is automatic. It seems like every time he pitches, I am going to be featuring his wicked splitters. And this is no exception. But amazingly, he walked a batter. This is the first hitter he walked all season. He now has 46 strikeouts and only 1 walk. He's the first pitcher in 100 years to make 6 starts, give up no home runs, and only 1 walk. That's insane. One of my absolute favorite pitchers to watch, Corbin Burnes, was in action, and he had his usual nasty array of cutters, sliders, and curveballs. He really seemed to pair his sinker and slider a little more often this outing, and here's a couple of overlays that show how filthy that combo is. I love this tweet I got from Montana 470, so I created this overlay, and you can see the slider looks just like his sinker on the way to the plate, and then the slider dives out of the zone. Always remember, these guys are getting paid a lot. There's usually a reason they swing at a pitch that is not in the strike zone. Burnes had 7 Ks in 6 innings and has a sparkling 1.86 ERA. Burnes was out-dueled by Max Fried, who is also an ace. I mean, look at this absolutely gorgeous 74-mile-an-hour curveball. He also had his wicked sliders and nasty changeups working. In fact, I think his changeup is much improved this year. And here's an overlay of Fried's fastball and curveball, and you can see what makes that combo so hard to hit. That curveball ducks under the plane of the fastball, getting you the swing and miss. Now on to some relievers. Brusdar Graterol is called the bazooka for a reason. Look at these fastballs. It's like they're shot out of a gun. It's 101 and 102 mile an hour sinkers that had 19 and 20 inches of run. Just unhittable. And then he tops it off with these stare downs. Brusdar wants all the smoke. Remember, kids, when you're working on your mechanics, finish in a staring position. And not only was he throwing hard as crap, but he also had 18 strikes out of his 19 pitches. What are you going to do against that? You would think Graterol would be my filthiest reliever of the day, and you'd be wrong. Check this out from Jhoan Duran. This is among the most ridiculous stuff I have seen all year. He touched 103 miles an hour a couple of times and had these insane breaking balls. He even added in some fire K-struts. It's like he was created in some pitching ninja lab somewhere. Totally overwhelming stuff. The dude is an electric factory. He throws so hard that sometimes I think the umpires think it sounds like a strike. Like with this 101 mile an hour fastball, it's clearly off the plate. But when you're that filthy, yeah, the umpires are going to miss some. It's Duran's world, and he can have that as a strike if he wants it. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. I don't know what this is.